Hey guys, welcome to Bloggers United. Welcome to another video, and today I have to talk about Eric Abidal, about the things that he had to say about Barcelona's transfer policy, what we could be, he gave a interview to Mundo Deportivo, and he discussed a few things that I think are very important to go over, but today it's going to be more about what he said in this following quote. A top player who has a Barça philosophy and who is performing at a high level will always be an option. And that is what Abidal had to say about Neymar. And I understand. There's more to go over, definitely. What he said about Rakitic, that in the lines with Aleñá, about Valverde. There is about Messi, like there is definitely things to go over, but so I don't make this video eternal because all those things could probably warrant their separate video. And Aleñá, I'm gonna discuss about the topics very quickly and go over about what he said about Neymar. Rakitic, apparently the club had communicated to him to look elsewhere for another club. Well, the thing is, I don't believe you. Or I don't believe you that you were clear with him, because Juventus, apparently, and Rakitic had a deal done with Juventus. Juventus would have been able to pay those 40 million euros, and you decided not to let him go. You blocked his transfer to only get him into the Neymar deal. Then going forward, Aleñá apparently was asked the club, do I count with minutes this season? Am I going to be playing this season? And apparently the message that the club gave him was that he was going to play minutes. We've seen that that's not the case. Basically, we lied to one of our own, and it is what it is. Again, not using La Masia, lying to everyone that we use La Masia, that we count on the youngsters. Well, great way on counting the youngsters. Aleñá nowhere to be seen, Ricky Puig in Segunda B, Abel Ruiz in Segunda B, Carles Perez back again in Segunda B. Ansu Fati, at this point, he's probably going to go back to the Juvenile A team. Great way on trusting youngsters. Great way. Piqué playing it all, sleeping 4 or 5 hours. That's phenomenal, Messi, apparently there's no words about Messi leaving. There's apparently negotiations are going to start being discussed in the next couple of weeks. Apparently, that's good, obviously. And then Valverde, what he had to say about Valverde was more of the same. Valverde, basically what he said is that if Valverde wants to stay at Barcelona, we're going to have Valverde for another year apparently, because he has an option to extend his contract, which is not ideal. Depends on the players, obviously, but it depends on the results. But if we win another Liga title, if the players keep protecting Valverde, then, I don't think there's anything to do. The board not going to sack Valverde. We know that for a fact. And it is a very difficult situation that we're in right now. But, getting that out of the way, I know that I didn't go in depth about the other topics, but you guys know my position about La Masia, about Messi getting his contract renewed, that he should, obviously. The topic Rakitic, the topic Valverde, all those things I've discussed multiple times. And another thing that I've discussed multiple times is Neymar. But the thing is that, and I know that this is not an easy position, because I know that if Abidal says, no, we shouldn't sign Neymar, it was because of the players are going to deny it, and the next day Abidal starts being sporting director of Barcelona. So I know it's not an easy position, and Abidal is a club legend. His story of how he beat cancer was phenomenal, and him lifting that Champions League in 2011 was absolutely fantastic. Definitely one of the greatest club legends, and one of the greatest ever left back that Barcelona have ever had in their history. But if really he believes that Neymar has Barca philosophy, then I think we've lost all north. Like, there's literally not a player that could be farther away from Barca philosophy. Like, from a Barca type player. Neymar is not a Barca type player. Pedro is more of a Barca type player than Neymar. Ricky Puig is more of a Barca type player than Neymar. Carles Perez, Oriol Busquets, like, all these players are more Barca type players than Neymar. And why? Because I think we forget, or like we have this bad concept of what the Barca philosophy is. And excuse me if I'm generalizing, but I'm gonna give you my opinion of what I think the Barca philosophy is. The Barca philosophy is respecting the sporting model, being as close to the Cruyffism as you can be possible, about respecting the coach, about training and giving 100%, respecting the coach, training 100%, giving it all in every single game, being a professional physically, mentally, not partying out at night, not having eating disorders, not getting enough hours of sleep, respecting your teammates, obviously, not saying that you want transfer to happen or stuff, things like that. That is respecting the Barca philosophy. That is respecting the Cruyffism. Therefore, in what I define Cruyffism to be, does Neymar fit those kind of things to you? Because for me, obviously, he doesn't. Like, I already wouldn't have signed Griezmann if I had an option. But considering that it was between Neymar or Griezmann, I of course choose Griezmann over Neymar. And not because I think Griezmann is a better player than Neymar. Although I think he does suit us better than Neymar because of the player, the profile he is. But obviously, I know Neymar is a better player. It's infinitely better than Griezmann. And I know that Neymar has the potential to be one of the best players in the world. And he is already one of the best players in the world. And I enjoy watching Neymar play. But just not at Barcelona. Like, if you're going to be doing these kind of things, great. Do them, and you're in all your right. You're not hurting anyone personally. You're not killing anyone. No one's dying here. This is just football. But go do those kind of things elsewhere. Not at Barcelona. At Barcelona, I want people that are professional, that are going to be giving 100% for the shirt, that are not going to be having like the power that the players currently have. Because this is an example that the players are the ones that want Neymar. And I'm going to give you specifically the reasons of why the players are the ones that want Neymar. Let's start. Is it the sporting director and the technical body of the team? No, it isn't. It isn't Eric Abidal. It isn't Ramon Planes. It isn't them. Why? Because they know that we don't have the funds to sign Neymar. And him saying yes, if we had the funds, we will sign Neymar. Well, I don't know, because then you have Dembélé, Neymar, Griezmann, Messi, Suarez. Alright? Do you think that's we really have enough? It's very, very hard to give Dembélé minutes. And then Ansu Fati and Carles Perez on top of that. Don't make me laugh. Like, if you're a Neymar, Griezmann doesn't play a single minute. So I know that it isn't them that wants to sign Neymar. Let's go ahead with Valverde, because people like to point the finger at Valverde, and I know that is a very popular thing to do right now. Not saying that he doesn't have fault. He has faults in that he has accepted to be the puppet of the board and of the players. I know that he doesn't want to sign Neymar, because whenever he was asked about Neymar, and we saw it on press conferences, whenever he was asked anything related to Neymar, he was like, I wish the transfer window closed. It's unbelievable that the transfer window is still open, while like we should all close at the same time, that the season's open and we still have the transfer window available. Those kind of things. You could always see his face, like how he turned like green whenever he was asked about Neymar, because he was tired of having to deal with the Neymar situation over and over again. So it's not the sporting director, it's not the coach. Now let's go with the board. Do you think the board wanted to sign Neymar? I say that's a complete no. And why? Because Bartomeu and company have had to deal with Neymar already. He left him for dry with a few weeks left of the transfer window. He drove the prices of Coutinho and Dembele up. And after they treat him so well, because we were about to sign Paulinho. We signed Paulinho. But we were going to sign Paulinho because of Neymar. We signed Coutinho because of Neymar. We were going to sign Lucas Lima. Like, we're signing all this Brazilian stuff here. What else? Like, oh yeah. He basically was toying around the whole summer, saying, oh, I'm staying. Should I stay? Should I go to Paris Saint-Germain? And he was the player that was best treated at the club. Like, every year, he get a new contract renewal. Not even Messi gets that. And he still decided to leave. And it's perfectly fine if he decided to leave, but there was ways and ways. If he would have said, hey, I want to be the leader of a project, I want to move on, I want to start a new part of my career, he tells us this, he makes it known. We sign Dembele, we sign Coutinho at the regular prices, we save a lot of money. Paris Saint-Germain pay the release clause, everyone's happy. He wants to come back to Barcelona later. He wants to come back to Barcelona now. I would consider it more. At least I wouldn't be against Neymar coming to Barcelona, because up to that point I love Neymar. I thought he was going to become a club legend, but then he tainted that by doing what he did. So I know the board are not the ones after Neymar. So we decided not the board, not the sporting director, and not the coach. Who are left? The players. The players are the ones to sign Neymar, because Piqué just confirmed it a few weeks ago, saying that we were going to modify the way that the wage structure was going to happen if you needed to adjust it so we can bring Neymar. Things like this are why the players are in power of the club. They are imposing transfers like Neymar. They are not passing the ball to Griezmann and Dembele. And things like this. Piqué plays at everything. Only sleeping 4 to 5 hours. Thought he was nowhere to be seen. Therefore I cannot even see Araujo. Right? Like, Junior Firpo doesn't play ever. Like, this is completely unbelievable. Like, and I've just about had it. Like, Neymar is a great player. Yes, he is. But doesn't change the fact that he's not a Barca philosophy player. Like, being a Barca philosophy is respecting the sporting model. And our sporting model has, and why am I so, like, so hard on respecting coefficient of the sporting model? Because if you think the best successful seasons of Barcelona is when the sporting model was respected to its fullest, and I can basically tell you what's been Barcelona's best ever seasons. Let's just go with the 5 seasons that Barcelona have won the Champions League. Were we at our best sporting model wise? Yes, we were. When we won it with Johan Cruyff, when we won it with Rijkaard, the best year for Rijkaard was we won that final against Arsenal, the 2 champions to Guardiola, 2008-2009 with the treble, and 2010-2011 with that fantastic Champions League final against Manchester United, and the 2014-15 season when we won another treble. Relatively decent squad sizes, very good players, everyone with a specific role, no player above the coach, everyone knowing what exactly they have to do, training at 100%, playing at 100%, maximum level of concentration, players hungry for titles, hungry to be the best in the world. Do we have those kind of things right now? No, we don't. And it's clear that we don't. And I know, talking about Neymar in a way that is not praising him all the time, it's not the popular thing to do on YouTube. And I have to say another thing. And I was going to do this video later on. I have pre-recorded videos, but with this news that we've been coming every single day, I have to talk about it because it's important to discuss it. But basically what I want to say is that if Piqué wants to play at everything and wants to bring back in Neymar just because he has given a lot to the club and he's won a lot with the club, Piqué, thank you for all you've done for the club, but you have to go. If Messi and Suarez want to play everything, and especially if Messi is annoyed by Suarez going to the bench. If the reason that we cannot go bench Suarez is because of Messi, thank you for your services. You're the greatest player ever. I wish that you could change your mind and that you were thinking about the club, but because you're thinking about the club and thinking about other things, Suarez and Messi out. If Busquets doesn't want to rotate or doesn't want to get at his best level, and although I think Busquets he'll get at his best level when we start playing better, so that's different. But if he doesn't want to reduce his amount of minutes, sorry Busquets, you're out too. Dembele, if you don't want to be at 100%, you're out. If you're gonna have not ideal behaviors, like starting going out at night and stuff, which I don't know if he is, but the photos that he's been taking this past couple weeks have not been filling me with confidence. If you're gonna be doing weird things that are not professional, again, I'm not saying that he isn't, but if he starts having bad attitudes, and it's very, very weird that Valverde, that doesn't normally go ahead and signal point fingers at players, has left Artur out of 2 squad match days out of the last 4 games. It is very weird to me. Like, it's something that he normally does with Dembele when there's something going on with his attitude. When he seems something bad in attitude, like tardiness or something, maybe he could be going with Artur. So again, whoever is not gonna give 100% for the club and do the things that you're supposed to do is out. Dembele, Messi, Suarez, Piqué, Artur, whoever it is. Because there's other players that we can try on. There is other youth prospects that we have. Because the sporting model has left us to the best seasons of our existence, and therefore we must continue with that project. Doesn't matter what players we have. Anyways, we done said and done. Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. And by the way, before I finish the video, I'm not saying that we have to kick out Piqué, Suarez, Messi. Well, Piqué is an exception. Yes, he should leave. We need to moving on. But I'm not saying that Suarez, Messi have to leave. Like, I'm just saying if it gets to the point where that's the case, things have to change and we have to take matters in our own hands. But regardless, we all said and done. Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. What do you think about the situation? Do you think Neymar is a Barça philosophy player? Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you next round, Blaugranas.